Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So we're out here getting ready to test out a saw I just picked up. It's a new Stihl MS 271 Farm Boss. This is the saw right here. Pretty decent little saw. Comes in at like 50 cc's, I believe. We got a 18-inch bar on there. All right, it's a decent little saw, I hope. I haven't even used it yet. I haven't even made one cut. So this is the plan, right? Because I don't really do a ton of firewood and things. So we are going to do some cuts for the homeowner and do some cuts for somebody who might potentially want to do some carving. Now this is a piece of poplar. It's all busted up here, and a piece of spruce. And I got a piece of poplar up here as well. So we're gonna make some cuts out of those. I'm gonna square up the ends of the spruce, and then we're gonna see about blocking out a quick bear with the chainsaw, because that's kind of my thing, is chainsaw carving, and that's really what I got the saw for. So we can, yeah, we can test it that way together. Hopefully you guys stick around, and let's start making some sawdust. Hey everybody, like I said, we'll be going over the saw. Probably going to share more of the specs when I'm actually carving. Because like I said, I am going to carve up a bear using just this saw in this video, so make sure you stick around for that. Now there is no primer on this. You just got to give it full choke. Pull it over a couple times, it'll pop, click it up, pull it over till it runs, and then push the little lever on the side into run position. Now I know, as far as testing and reviewing goes, for this saw, we are cutting soft timber. You know, this is spruce. At that, it's an older piece of spruce, so, you know, it's kind of brittle and soft and cuts super easy. I'm going to be honest, this is the kind of stuff I'm using this saw for. I'm carving, you know, so a lot of times I'm carving pine. So carving up spruce, pine, softwood is normally what I'm going after. Now, when I get into the poplar, it's still, I believe, considered a softwood, but it's definitely more dense than the spruce or the pine. Now, I'll say it later on, but if I get some oak or some cherry or something like that in, then we'll make some cuts with it then and probably do like another quick review. But this really was the first time using it. I had only fired the saw up one other time when I first got it home and didn't make any cuts. So these are the first cuts. This is my first time even using this saw. I mean, I could cut some bigger pieces for safety, but I know. Now, as far as making cuts like this, I think I'll put a banner up here at some point, but I've got about 4 inches of sawdust underneath me just from carving all the time, so I'm not worried about going through the log and, like, everybody will say, you're hitting the dirt. There's no dirt. It's about 4 inches of sawdust. So, yeah, there it is, popped up at the top. This thing handles really nice. I think it's weighted really well. It's got good balance with that 18-inch bar. The power head is a little bit heavier. I mean, I have been swinging around the MS 250 with a bar and chain and sprocket that run 43 gauge chain. So the whole saw's been a little bit lighter as well. It's just going to take a little getting used to, I think, running this. I'll mention it later on, but for somebody that's going to be, well, that has a good-sized property, that has a lot of trees that got to come down and things, I think this saw is going to have the power you're looking for. And that's just my first take on it. This log right here is about 10 inches across, I think. Can't remember. Close to 10. We got 18-inch bar. We can look at the nose overhang. So we're probably right around 10 inches across on this log. And I mean, I think it cuts really, really well. There's definitely enough power, and yeah, that thing just throwing chips. Nice sharp chain. It'll do it. Yeah, you guys let me know if anybody else is watching and has this saw. Let me know what you think. I know some people hate Stihl, love Stihl. You know, it's kind of like a Chevy and Ford thing when it comes to chainsaws. Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Stihl, Husqvarna, Echo. It's not that I'm a Stihl snob. It's what I've always used. If somebody presented me with something else to try, I might switch. Who knows?
As you can see, we made a few cuts. I mean, new chain, new saw, cutting nice and straight, which is always a plus, but they normally cut nice and straight when you first get them anyway. And well, they should, even after you keep them. Keep them nice and sharp, keep your chain true, and you really shouldn't have a problem cutting straight. But that thing, that powers through pretty nice. I'm liking it so far. Saw feels like it's got plenty of power. Definitely for somebody that wants to do some firewood and things like that. I mean, that saw will eat for sure. I'm used to running my MS 250. I got a smaller bar and chain on it though. I've got the 43 gauge chain on my MS 250 because I use it for carving and I like that setup. But I think I'm going to keep this a nice big 50 gauge chain because that really just, it eats pretty nice. Actually, what's it got on it? I think it's got 63 gauge chain by the looks of it, so it's not even 50, it's 63. But when I'm cutting, I'll try to give you guys all the details on the saw, just do a little voiceover, and yeah, there you guys can, you know, sort of hear what it's all about while you're watching the saw work. As of right now though, I like it. I mean, it's a little heavier than the 250, but it cuts pretty nice. Like I said, somebody that's got a lot of property, some good sized trees, I think this would handle pretty well. Again, I'm not cutting anything that's really hard. Obviously some older spruce and some poplar or popple. This isn't really, you know, really hard. In the world of carving, it's a little more dense. Normally we're just carving pine, but it cut through really well for what I need it to do. If I do get some good hardwood that we can just cut up for firewood, I'll do another video and we'll do that. But right now I'm going to just throw my earmuffs back on, and we're going to just work on kind of doing just a really quick basic block of a bear in the top of a log here, maybe, depending on how sturdy this is. If not, we'll grab another piece, we'll do a piece of pine, and we'll do like a bear sitting. So don't go anywhere. We'll fire this up and do a little carving.
Well guys, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start blocking out a bear. Now, so we'll go over a few specs for the saw, which I intend to do. And basically, it's just going to be what is on the Stihl website. So let's see here. I will tell you, it cuts pretty nice. I mean, making cuts like this, I do like the smaller saws with a smaller chain, less kickback and things like that. But with this being really sharp, it just cuts right in. It's cutting really nice. You know, it is a little big for a bear this size. I had somebody recently comment on the last video. So where's this fall in the lineup? Well, I'll use this saw for blocking. I can definitely make cuts much faster with this saw than the 250, even when the 250 had its stock bar and chain. When I get into some bigger bears, which I plan to do this year, and bigger carvings, this saw is going to come in really handy. Now, I do have an 039, but it is heavier than this, and I believe I got a 20-inch bar on that, so that's for some even bigger cuts. So this will kind of close the gap between the 250 and the 039 in my 441 Magnum. Now, like I said, this is the Stihl MS 271 Farm Boss. Let's go through the specifications right at Stihl.com. It's got a 50.2 cc displacement or 3.06 cubic inch, engine power 2.6 kilowatt or 3.49 bhp. So basically it's a 50 cc saw, all right? The MS250 is like a 45 cc saw, so there's a difference there. It weighs 5.6 kilograms or 12.3 pounds, 500 cc capacity or 16.9 for fuel, chain oil capacity 240cc or 8.12 ounces. It runs a .325 RM3 chain. Basically, this one that I've got has an 18-inch bar, runs .325 chain, and it's 63 gauge chain. So the .325 is the pitch. And you can get this in a 16, 18, up to 20-inch bar, and obviously it's a gas saw. Now, like I said, I feel like it is a little big for this carving, but for blocking, it's quite a bit faster. So, you know, you've got that power to weight ratio sort of thing. You know, you can pull out the smaller saws and take our time and block. Or if we got a bunch of stuff I want to get done, this is going to probably be the saw I'm grabbing to get stuff done. And then I'll grab the 250, 193, 170, the smaller saws, and finish it up. I mean, in this case, as far as I can get with this saw, I would probably have no reason to fire up the 250, you know, if I didn't want to. Because by the time we're done here with this portion of the carving, this portion of blocking, because I end up doing a full bear top to bottom. I know I said I was just going to do something small, but we're going to do pretty much a full bear minus the details. So make sure you guys stick around. You guys will be able to check that out. But anyway, by the time I'm done with this, I would pretty much be able to just go into, well, I mean, I could use the 250 because it's got a smaller bar, running 3/8 pitch and 43 gauge chain, which is a smaller cutting chain. And I could finish up, do a little detail and a little more shaping, and then move into my dime tip bar and really clean it up, add the fur, clean up the nose and the face and the paws, write welcome in it, and add some details, and then it's time to move on to power tools. So basically this saw could get it going. I could see this saw doing a lot of work for me and becoming a workhorse. I mean, this is my first carving with it, and this is my first time really running it, so it really is a time will tell sort of thing, you know. Obviously excited because it's a new saw and I'm trying it out, so I'm trying not to be overly excited about it, because at the same time I want it to perform. So we'll see what happens through this year, but if we get some hardwood, we'll make some cuts and see how it does there eventually. And we'll definitely be seeing this saw in future videos, especially with some bigger carvings and things like that. So somebody asked, where does it fall in the lineup? Again, it's going to span the small gap between my 250 and my 039 and 441 Magnum. So that's kind of the plan for now, at least. Eventually I'll be replacing the 039, probably with a bigger saw, but we'll see what happens. You know, I have more saws than I need. I mean, I'm building this lineup of saws, and it's mostly because I like to buy chainsaws. I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't? My wife, but it's okay. Anyway, I like to have saws in different ranges, different size bars, doing different things with different setups. So if you're new to carving, that's not, you don't have to run out and do that. Starting off with a smaller saw is definitely the way to go. And I just had somebody else ask, what do I have for chainsaws? Like, what do I usually carve with and all that? I just mentioned most of them a few minutes ago, but I think we're gonna pull them all out, line them up, and do a video here soon going over what I have, what I use them for, and potential setup for a new carver. If you've made it this far, comment below. Let me know if that's a video you'd be interested in. I know this is kind of a, we might get some homeowners interested in buying this saw. We're going to get some carvers possibly interested in buying this saw based on this video and stuff. But if you're interested in seeing my lineup of chainsaws and what I use them for and what I suggest for people just starting out, and maybe what your next purchase should be for your lineup of saws, comment below, let me know, and I will work on getting that video together. Also, if you're still here, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. When you hit subscribe, you guys, hit that bell and click all. You guys will be alerted to all my new uploads. When I upload a new video, you'll get an alert. It'll be like, ding dong, there's a new video, go check that out. And that kind of stuff really helps boost the channel, really helps it grow for me, helps my videos get seen, and I really do appreciate it. I do. For those of you that are currently here and subbed and watching my videos and liking them and commenting, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This channel has grown, in my mind, leaps and bounds over the past few years, and it really is an exciting thing to see. At the moment, I think we have 9,600 subs. We are so close to 10,000. 10,000 subscribers is the current goal, and if you didn't know, I didn't forget. We still have a 10,000 subscriber giveaway to do once we get there, so we are so close. So be sure to hit subscribe so we can get that giveaway going. I mean, it's going to be a brand new DeWalt die grinder. We've got some Saburrtooth merch we're going to give away, swag. Also included with that die grinder giveaway is a couple of my favorite Saburrtooth burrs, so that's going to be one lucky winner. The swag giveaway, we'll figure that out. We're also going to give away a Wen rotary tool with a flex shaft and just a small kit that comes with it. So some things to look forward to, and who knows, if I get really excited, maybe we'll give away a little carving or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I also got to give a big shout out to all my members. You guys rock. You really do. I'm going to try to compose a list of that for the end of this video, but there is a membership program on this channel. Members basically help support the channel, and they also get some extra features. You know, some buy me a cup of coffee, some just really help support the channel, and they get extra tutorials or a tutorial with some extra features, you know, to try and help you out in your carving and help you, you know, move ahead and learn how to do some details and how to carve bears and things like that. So that's something that we'll be getting more into as well, as I've got some nice weather. Be getting up some new videos, some new how-tos, new tutorials to help those of you that are just starting out. And you know, all that stuff's always greatly appreciated. It's very humbling to see those who have hit subscribe and those who have actually become members and still are members. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, this is in real time. I haven't sped anything up. We're carving this bear out in real time using this saw, just so everybody can kind of, you know, see how long it takes, see how the saw performs. I've also got the sound of the saw, so people can actually hear it. I know some people enjoy it, but it also gives those learning to carve an idea of where the throttle is, you know, whether we're full speed, half speed, or just burping it, whatever. I kind of realize that kind of helps people learning as well. We don't always have to be full bore on the saw to carve, but yeah, it's there. So anyway, if you're learning to carve and you're watching this video, or you want to learn to carve, I have full-on tutorials. So this isn't really going over safety for carving. There's, you know, a few things you got to watch for, you know, like kick back here, using the nose. I can kick right back. You got to be prepared for that stuff. If you're going to be running these saws, you want to make sure you got, if you notice, those are safety shoes I have on, chaps, ear muffs. You should have eye protection on, something better than just your glasses, better than what I'm wearing. A pair of gloves, not the rubber gloves, something where you can have some grip. Those gloves that have a rubber grip on them, as soon as you get oil or gas or something, they are slippery as snot and you can't hold on to nothing. So don't wear those. Just get a pair of mechanics gloves, way better. And yeah, have fun. And if you're not here to learn to carve, no big deal. No big deal. I got a bunch of other videos carving up, you know, customer orders and all kinds of stuff, so you guys should check those out as well. And yeah. Oh, while we're here making this video, anybody want to see anything in particular? You guys want to see me carve up something in particular? I would like to add to the list and start trying to do some subscriber requests here pretty soon. I am going to be doing a big bear here pretty soon and working on some other carvings as well. But yeah, I think I've talked enough. I think we're going to throw on some tunes, finish up this bear. He's almost done anyway. Don't go anywhere. We're going to finish blocking this guy out together and see how it turns out.
Well guys, there you have it. The MS 271 Farm Boss. We cut some wood, blocked out a bear quick. This thing rips. It really does. Nice and sharp. So it's not, I mean, it is grabby. It's running 63 gauge chain, I believe it said. So it eats. That's for sure. It eats. And I mean, going down through end grain with a nice sharp chain really helps a lot. But here's the back of the bear. So basically what would happen with this bear now for me, I'd bust out my smaller saws, go through, clean it up, power tools, clean it up. Probably say welcome here. This will kind of look like a tree. The bear's holding on the tree, we'll say welcome in the front. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Just kind of a quick review of this new saw. I'm sure you guys are going to see more of it in some future videos. We'll be carving up some bigger bears with it probably. Maybe even more stuff like this too as I get into doing some carvings for events I got coming up and custom orders and stuff. So keep an eye out for the MS 271. In my opinion right now, first use, I like it. I like it. It's a little heavy, so got to get used to swinging it around for carving. If you're going to be if you're a new carver, I don't recommend this saw. I recommend you start with the MS 170, a much smaller saw, very versatile. Something we'll go over in future videos, but for a homeowner, like this says farm and ranch, somebody that's got some property and you're going to be doing a bunch of cutting, I think it would definitely be handy for the back of the four-wheeler or the side-by-side, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, we didn't even go through a full tank of gas carving. Let's check that real quick. Almost went through probably 80%. So not even a full tank to block it out for me. You guys see how many cuts that was. We made a bunch of regular straight cuts as well, just some, you know, kind of stuff you do for firewood. Obviously not length, but just regular cuts. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I purchased this. I think I went over the details as I was cutting so everybody could hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Check out some links down below. Follow me on social media. And hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.